Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to today's Explainer. We're unpacking a truly fascinating concept today, one that literally gets to the absolute core mission of any commercial enterprise that's aiming for real, lasting success. We aren't just talking about spreadsheets, profit margins, or supply chains here. No, we're talking about the human element. We're talking about reaching the customer's heart. Because let's face it, in a world of automated checkouts, algorithmic recommendations, and AI chatbots everywhere you look, that human element is constantly at risk of just getting lost in the shuffle. But ultimately, behind every single transaction, behind every anonymous data point on a server, there's a living, breathing person. And understanding that person, their motivations, their fears, their desires, well, that's basically the master key to everything else we do in business.
So to really embark on this journey, we've got to start by defining exactly what it is we're looking at. Enter this incredibly unique term, customerology. It's defined as decoding the heart of consumer psychology. And man, what a powerful concept that is. We're going to look far beneath the surface of everyday routine transactions. Think of it kind of like this. It's the fundamental difference between knowing a customer bought a quarter-inch drill bit and understanding that they didn't actually want a drill bit at all. What they really wanted was a quarter-inch hole in their living room wall so they could hang a cherished family photo. See the difference? We aren't just looking at what a customer buys. We're decoding the very heart of why they buy. We're uncovering those deep emotional and psychological drivers that dictate every single purchasing decision.
Section 1, the heart of business. So the absolutely crucial baseline here is, well, we hear this all the time, right? The customer is king. The customer is always right. It sounds incredibly obvious to say that you must understand customers are important in any business, but I really want you to pause for a second and reflect on this statement. Do most businesses truly internalize this concept, or do they just kind of accept it as a polite corporate cliche? Because studies consistently show that a massive percentage of customers abandon a brand not because the product failed, but simply because they felt unappreciated by the company. The source material we're exploring today makes it absolutely crystal clear. Understanding the importance of the customer isn't just some nice idea to slap on a break room poster. It's the non-negotiable foundation of commerce. If this baseline understanding cracks, literally every single strategy built on top of it, no matter how brilliant, is eventually going to crumble.
Section 2, listening for success. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that achieving that success comes down to a very specific formula. A successful company does two things. 1, listens to customer needs, and 2, listens to customer expectations. I want you to really think about the massive difference between those two words. A need is immediate, it's practical, it's functional. An expectation, on the other hand, is much broader. It encompasses the overall experience and the emotional resonance. Let's use a super relatable example. A need is getting your morning coffee hot and getting it fast. An expectation, that's the barista smiling, creating a welcoming atmosphere, and, actually spelling your name right on the cup. If a business only nails the need, they basically just have a transaction. But if they nail both the need and the expectation, boom, they've created a brand loyalist. You absolutely have to actively, intentionally listen for both. The source material drives this point home beautifully with this quote. A successful company always listens to the needs and expectations of its customers. I want to slow down and let that one absolute word resonate with you for a second. Always. Not just during a quarterly review. Not just when profits are down and panic sets in. Always. It is a continuous, never-ending feedback loop. In modern business, this means going way, way beyond the annual customer satisfaction survey. It means active social listening, monitoring reviews, and paying really close attention to frontline employee feedback. This continuous dedication to listening is exactly what separates the companies that wildly thrive in the modern marketplace from the ones that are just barely surviving.
Section 3, decoding consumer psychology. And this brilliantly illustrates how we're looking at two distinct halves of the consumer equation. You've got consumer psychology on the left side and consumer behavior on the right. Now, they're intimately connected, but they are absolutely not the same thing. Psychology is the internal world. It's the hidden motivations, the sudden emotions, the complex thoughts, and the inherent biases a person carries around. Behavior, that's the external world. It's the physical actions, the actual purchases made, the items clicked. To give you a concrete example, the psychology might be the sudden anxiety a customer feels about their data privacy when they're asked to create an account. The behavior is them abandoning their digital cart because of it. You just cannot fully understand the external behavior without decoding the internal psychology that actually triggered it in the first place. The ultimate goal of this material is to understand all of this in a deeper perspective. That's really the central premise of everything we've unpacked today. We have to move far beyond surface-level observations. We don't just want to know that a customer clicked a button or walked out of a store. We want a profound perspective on the emotional and psychological journey that guided their hand. We're trying to find the human pulse behind the data. So the next time you look at a spreadsheet or a sales report, don't just see numbers. Try to see the hesitation, the excitement, the frustration, and the relief of the actual person sitting behind that screen.
Which brings us to the ultimate takeaway from this explainer. It's a challenge, directly to you. Are you ready to decode the heart of your consumer? Because simply acknowledging that they're important, that's literally just the starting line. The real work, and honestly, the incredible reward, lies in the deep, continuous act of listening, parsing out those needs versus expectations, and truly understanding the psychology that drives every single behavior. I want you to keep that provocative question at the forefront of your mind as you step back into your work tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I hope it sparked some truly great ideas, and I'll catch you next time.